Well, hello everyone. My name is Swamp and it is TikTok Tuesday. And my intro got jacked up. What in the hell? The commies are already winning. Son of a bitch. Let's do it again. Cut the music. This can't go unaddressed. Hang on. Here we go. TikTok Tuesday. Take it away. There we go. Now we all know what day it is. So yeah, hello everyone. My name is Swamp. Make sure you like the stream. Super chats will, of course, activate the super chat jukebox.
Just call the Omicron. You have to get the shot. Just call the...
Or allegedly, it's supposed to activate the super chat jukebox. But of course, my Stream Deck controls are telling me that it's not working. Fantastic. We're starting off strong as we always do. Huh. Now that button brings up the PayPal link, which is interesting. I didn't change it at all, and now that's what it does. This is what a way to start it off. For some reason it has disappeared. Apparently we no longer have you know, it's always something apparently. This is intriguing. I haven't done anything to this since last Tuesday. Huh. And now everything's out of whack. Streamlabs, what did you do? What did you do to me? Bizarre. Wow, it really is just gone. It's gone, McCready. It's gone. Those damn commies coming in and stealing all my shit. Damn technology. Let's see. It's actually completely gone. How bizarre. This has to be the work of the communists. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Hang on. This is how we like to start things. Having no idea what's going on. Oh, yep. Well then. It's all the communists' fault, I'm telling you. What the hell? I'm genuinely baffled. I guess I'm just gonna have to give up on this. How bizarre. Damn communists. All right, I'm trying to just cobble this together real quick because we can't just not have the Super Chat jukebox. That ain't right. I wonder what the hell happened. Huh. Isn't this fun? Isn't this what you signed up for? There it goes. Man, I was able to throw that together. Now let's see if it actually works.
It's called the Omicron. You have to get the shot. It's called the Omicron. We have the best vaccine in the world. It's called the Omicron. You have to get the shot. It's called the Omicron. We move forward in the face of COVID-19.
Well, there you go. Just had to throw that together on the fly. Sorry about that. What the hell? I'm telling you, it's those damn commies, the sneaky little bastards. And their anti-capitalist ways. They didn't like the fact that I had a Super Chat jukebox. Because all money belongs to the state. Bastards. Now, the last thing I have to do here is map it to my stream deck, and then we can actually start the show. This is like a behind the scenes, making of. There we go. Now it's on the stream deck. All right. Wow. Now that we finally got that going, let's try this again. Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp, and it is TikTok Tuesday. Anti-Capitalist edition, and apparently behind-the-scenes construction of the Super Chat jukebox. So, check out the merch. Check out the PayPal. In case you haven't heard enough of the spiel. So, before we jump into the communists, I found... I'm not even sure how to describe this, but it seemed like a good way to start the show. And by that, I mean it's going to be absolutely terrible. I don't even know what to say. We're just going to have to do it and let the chips fall where they may.
We're killing the earth, and that's really fun. No one believes us because we are young. Our forests are turning to ash in a second. Ask California, they'll tell you about it. They'll tell you how they have lost all their homes while Trump turns a blind eye and tweets on his phone. Global warming's an expensive little hoax for the last time. This is not a joke. Our factories are working in toxins emitting. The ozone is crumbling, and we won't stop putting chemicals in what we're trying to breathe. Our future is stolen, and we are the thieves. Sea levels are rising, and ice rings are melting. The coral reefs are...
You know, I didn't think about this. I should bust out the banjo for this. Don't worry, there's more.
Dying, and no one is helping. Do you realize they keep the oceans alive? This started back in 1985. Don't come to me when your child can't think of what a tiger is, cause they're extinct. Don't cry to me when your fur coat ain't clean. The endangered list is now 41,416. Dear 2045.
Man, this is the internet has been a disaster for the human race. This is the kind of cringe crap that you would do with your friends, and luckily it never left the friend group, and no one outside the friend group ever knew about it, because you know, if they told someone about the cringe thing you did 15 years ago, the cringe thing that they did would also be unveiled. It's mutually assured destruction. But now you can just post the most cringe moment of your adolescence to the internet, and it will get 7.3 million views. And don't worry, it's not over.
I don't think we're gonna survive. If you end up hearing this story, I just want to say, I'm sorry. Man.
And again, Don't worry. There's more. She has more amazing songs. God, I really feel bad for this girl because, like I said, this is the kind of cringe stuff that should have stayed in the backyard with you and your friends having, a concert for yourselves, which I did plenty of times when I was that age. But it never went anywhere other than that. Oh, and she only knows
My opinions are just as important.
she only knows these same three chords, and she can only do the exact same thing every time. It's fantastic.
My opinions are just as important as those who were born before me. I know I am young, but I know what I'm saying. I'm sick of your thoughts and I'm sick of your praying. Children are being slaughtered in numbers. Mothers and fathers losing sons and daughters. We blame the Muslims and the Jewish instead of the ones who actually do it. This song is an attack. It's a eulogy in the memory of those not living. A proclamation to the older generation that doesn't understand that the Second Amendment isn't protection. It's a death sentence. The defendant's a gun and the convicted is innocent. It's ironic, isn't it? A country more loyal to a law made in 1791. An entire nation led by a hand that holds a gun. This isn't a war where weapons will get the job done. Unless we do something, kids, it's time to learn to run. My opinions are just as important as those who were born before me. I know I am young, but I know what I'm saying. I'm sick of your thoughts and I'm sick of your praying. Children are being slaughtered in numbers. Mothers and fathers losing sons and daughters. We blame the Muslims and the Jewish instead.
Oh, this poor girl. Man. This is the kind of thing no one used to see. But don't worry. There's more.
Things are rough here in 2059. I'm surprised we're all still alive. We can't step outside without a mask. Our stock of clean water is growing quite fast. To oceans you can't see the bottom from the surface. Too dirty, too toxic to even swim in. The leading cause of death is the air that we breathe, the water we drink, and the food that we need. Not much left of it, it's expensive. Our world has turned to survival of the richest. I can't pay for it cause I am poor. Living is something that I can't afford. But at least the corporations made a pretty penny. The lives that we've lost traded for money. This shit ain't funny. Dear
I always love the teenagers that are clearly well taken care of. And you can see a room in the back there. I mean, that's a huge room and all the posters and the nice clothes and complaining about it. I can't afford to live. The world is dying. Fantastic.
2020. The world around you is dying. I wish there was something I could do, but this one's on you.
What? What was that weird smug little thing at the end there? Well, I hope you guys are ready to jump into Anti-Capitalism TikTok. Nope, just kidding.
Remember the AIDS epidemic?
There's more.
Called it a gay disease before we were educated yet. Our president is repeating it. The Chinese plague. That's some racist bullshit. People with dark pigments are picked off by pigs. A system built and fueled by a racist who defends white supremacists in front of the nation. Yet somehow gets away with it. Do all lives matter, or are you a bigot because you weren't saying that about the gay kids? I guess George Floyd doesn't matter like fetuses. You protest their deaths, but you ignore his. You tune out the bang when you're not the target. You know you're very lucky to have that privilege. Those with darker skin would do anything for it. If the war was in your yard, you look at it different. NYC, call up the National Guard. These lowlifes and losers are ripping you apart. These are the words of the man we put in charge, putting gas on the fire. This bad flight for two.
Dude, this is some good stuff. Here, hang on. That's pretty much what she's doing. And then maybe except it sounds better when I do it. I think that's what it is. Oh, Vic, you couldn't handle it anymore? Needed a super chat break? Don't worry, we still have some more left.
You've been the big guy for 6 months now in the White House. Can you take us behind the scenes, something that was extraordinary or unusual that happened that stands out to you?
Here's the deal. I want to say, I like to walk out in my robe and go in.
That's definitely better than what she does. I can't even think of lyrics as annoying as her, or else I would do it. But it is like that. That's what she does. Killer. Insert lyrics about capitalism being bad, and it's sad that George Floyd died. Carry Narcan. I should have a banjo thing for TikTok Tuesday too, I guess.
Too long, racism should have been dealt with long ago, yet our nation stands divided and there alone. Hate crimes are validated by the man on the throne, but I'm only 18. What should I know? Does anyone remember?
Man. You know what's crazy is she only has those like 4 videos and she almost has 1 million followers. Well, that's crazy. Oh, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has 6 videos, and most of them are like that, except for one of them is a makeup video because, of course, this is still TikTok after all, so it has, it's one of these.
I'm too much, miser, whatever.
But she almost has 1 million followers. 867,000. Jeez. Maybe I should do a cover of one of these. All right, now on to the actual point of this TikTok Tuesday. The anti-capitalists, man. And you know what? What would be where is a better place to start than hashtag capitalism sucks? And it looks like the first video on it, the first video, is another guy or another teenager singing a song. So you know this is gonna be good.
My dad's condom broke in 97. Now I exist so I can pay bills and have crippling depression. They said congrats on being born. Now get a job, you lazy capitalist whore. My dad's...
Man, that was painful. Owl City and its effects on mankind. Owl City has been a disaster for mankind. Oh. Go away.
Well, did you even realize that like all the products on our supermarket shelves are owned by literally 10 companies? Nestle owns chocolate bars, microwave dinners, Gerber Baby, L'Oreal, and Ralph Lauren. And cat food? P&G owns all of your laundry detergent, your dryer sheets, your toothpaste, and like batteries? And they're all supposed to be competing against each other. Like, no, they're not. They're owned by one company. Unilever literally owns ice cream and then also body wash. Mars owns like every single chocolate bar under the sun. Kellogg's and General Mills own like all of the different cereal. Pepsi owns the soda and the chips that you eat with your lunch. Kraft like owns everything from like cheese to candy to like gum. All of this is an illusion of choice. Like we're all primed to think that, these companies are competing against each other. Yay, capitalism. They're all owned by one company. Y'all, did you?
This is like a very typical adolescent like moment that people have where they see oh my gosh, it's all owned by like 6 major corporations. Yes, of course. And because you've been brainwashed into hating capitalism and thinking that communism is great, you think you're looking at capitalism. Bro, this is not capitalism. Get your head out of your ass. No, wait, this guy's screen name is a Southern political gay guy. I don't want to be making ass jokes around him. I might get canceled. Yeah, and he's even asking in the comments. The young Turks, I can't even speak. The young Turks, you all should do a story on this. These corporations must be called out. This is another example of what I was saying earlier about that poor girl's god-awful music being out there. This is now out there forever. Immortalized on the internet was the time that this 19-year-old kid realized that we don't actually live in a capitalist society, but it's crony capitalism being ruled by mostly far leftists. But of course he gets the story wrong and then says that, do other people know this? Are you guys aware of this? My dude, you're showing a meme to prove it. Yes, people are aware. But as usual, you've diagnosed the problem and come to the wrong conclusion, the same as every other worthless commie. But then there's this weird thing with the gay commies. Don't they know that commies would kill? They would kill them? That's a whole different thing.
They don't care about your signs, slogans, or chants. Fuck up the economy.
Young Soldier is right. Fuck up the economy. Listen, protesting, marching, we've been doing that for decades. They're not listening. This is
You're
all
damn
about
right we're not, because you're an
capitalism.
idiot.
They need workers. Women have to have babies. So if this is about money, we need to fuck up the money. This is how. And it can't be one of those things, nobody shops on August 2nd. No. There needs to be no beginning that they see coming and no ending ever in sight.
I love these types of people that really do not seem to understand at all. She's like, we just need to fuck up the economy, fuck up the money. As she's clearly living in a nice apartment, has clearly been living in the first world for far too long, or has only ever lived in the first world and doesn't understand how devastating and how it would not have the effect that she wants. What do you think is going to happen when you fuck up the money? What? You're just going to be able to continue to live in your nice apartment? Probably paid for by the government? Not racist. Just saying, she's a communist. Probably wants it paid for by the government. But you know what? Just by looking at her, before she even opened her mouth, you knew that every single thing she was about to say was going to be some of the dumbest crap you've ever heard in your life. Because of her glasses, you guys. Stop being racist. It's because of her glasses.
We start by bartering, going back to the basics. They trying to take us back.
Dumbass.
Let's go back. Bartering. You don't want your dollar out there in the economy, so no money spent unless necessary. Grow your own fruits and vegetables, and if you don't grow them, barter with your neighbors or your friends.
Isn't it funny that people who actually grow their own fruits and vegetables, like me, tend to be right-wing and conservative, and it's the people living in the cities who wouldn't know how to grow anything? They've barely ever even seen grass in their entire life. Tell you that this is how we do it, guys. Let's grow our own food. I'm sorry. All right, her name isn't here. I'm sorry, Shaniqua, that your little tomato plant you have on your windowsill is not going to help you during the communist revolution. It's not gonna be enough. I'm sorry. That one tomato that you grow once a year is not gonna be enough. But at least you got cool glasses.
Vegetables and help each other out, or buy from local farmers. Keep your dollars right there. Also, go to work. Everybody go to work. Make all the money. We're going to make it and we're going to keep it and we're not going to spend it. We're going to keep it and we're going to invest it. We're not going to put it back out.
Wait, I thought you were trying to prevent this. Lady, I thought you were trying to prevent. I thought the whole point of this was to stop the money. What is going on? Is she Is she trolling me? Am I getting trolled?
Transportation, whatever you can do to stop buying gas. If we can get 4 people in a car, 3 people in a car, that cuts down on the amount of gas and oil sold. Carpool, go outside. And when you do, turn the air down, turn your utilities down. Go outside, enjoy yourself.
What
if you
the
have
hell
to
does
have
this
meat
have to do
and
with
you
the
know
original
somebody
point?
local that's growing meat, we've got butchers and farmers here that are local, that are not in the grocery stores. The point is,
This is a woman this is one of these people that would explain to you the connection between global warming and racism. What does this have to do with the original point? We got way off track here.
is to stay out of the markets. No Amazon, no Kroger, no Piggly Wiggly, no all.
But also invest in those markets. What?
No nothing, because we hitting them in the pocket. So if we gotta go local, then we will go local. No clubs, no bars. Black folks, you know what I mean. Friday nights we at cousin's house, fish fry. Saturday, card game. Sunday.
Oh, sure. If I say that black people are going to a fish fry on Saturday, a drag race on Sunday, and the club on Monday, I'm racist. When she says it, it's empowerment. Man, we live in a society, I tell you what.
Church, we ain't going to the.
Just a daily reminder that it's not physically possible to earn $1 billion and that humans are really bad at understanding the difference between a million and a billion. 1 million seconds is about 11 and a half days. 1 billion seconds is 31 and a half years.
God. I've brought this up many times, but this over expression, like the facial expressions being way over the top, was an unintended consequence of social media. I can't stand this where these adults are moving their faces like they're cartoon characters. Badumps.
Years, which means that 2 billion seconds
God, look
is
at his
about
eyes.
63 years, but 2 million seconds is like 3 weeks. 3 million seconds is about a month. 3 billion seconds is about a century. Billionaires shouldn't exist.
God, you shouldn't exist either. Someone needs to punch this guy. What an annoying face. And what does... Oh, God, look at him. And what does the difference between 1 million seconds and 1 billion seconds have to do with whether or not someone should be considered a billionaire when it comes to money? I don't know. Yeah, not reading that.
Here's different ways to say how much money Jeff Bezos has. Jeff Bezos has so much money, he could spend $1 million every.
This is mostly what anti-capitalist, communist, socialist types on the internet do. They just complain about how rich other people are. Which, to be fair, is keeping in the tradition of Karl Marx, Lenin, and Stalin himself. So, at least they're consistent.
Every day for 508 years. Jeff Bezos has so much money that he could buy 2 Chipotle burritos and chips for every single person in the world. Jeff Bezos has so much money that the amount of money he has doesn't even fit into the calculator on your iPhone unless you turn it sideways.
Oh my God, this
Jeff
person.
Bezos has so much money that he could pay each of his employees about $153,000 and still have $1 billion left. Jeff Bezos has 13 times more money than years the universe has existed for. Jeff Bezos has so much money that he could buy 2 Model X Teslas for each of his employees. And finally, Jeff Bezos has so much money that he could solve world hunger in 2021.
God, you really have to be stupid to, at this time, still be saying this ridiculous line about how Jeff Bezos could solve world hunger or Elon Musk could solve world hunger or whatever. You have to be brain dead to not understand how that's just moronic. Or be a communist.
Man, I have really been struggling lately. Like, once you realize what's going on, actually, it's so hard to, like, want to be a part of this. Like, I just don't like it here. Like, everyone, I feel like we're just all doing this. We know things are messed up, and like we're just doing this because like we have to do it, we think. But we don't really have to. Like, it doesn't have to be like this. I just don't want to play this game. But I don't want to die at the same time. Like, I still want to enjoy this experience that I get. But like, not like this. So like, I'm stuck. I'm just sitting.
Holy crap. I was expecting this video to be almost over. You know, maybe like 45 seconds long. God. There is a lot left to this video. Oh, shit. Remember, at any point, if you need a break, Super Chats will activate the Super Chat jukebox. It's an act of mercy.
Here, I'm stuck. And I have very little hope that we're actually going to change this because it seems like such an impossible task, and that's why nobody actually does anything yet, at least.
And I just want to point out that he's sitting in the back of his mom's car. His mom's probably inside. It kind of looks like he's like in a school parking lot or something. So I bet you his mom is inside talking to the principal about something. And here little Johnny is sitting in the back of his mom's car complaining about whatever the hell he's complaining about.
I have my only hope is that I spread awareness of this, and then we all realize, and then we all make a change. I don't know how it's going to happen.
You still haven't explained anything.
Everyone's going to say, well, what would you do to replace it? Dude, I don't know, but not this. Anything is better than this.
Oh, God.
Like, this just, it doesn't feel real because it's not. It's all made up. It's such the way we live is such a negative way of living. And you could tell me it's all about how you look at it, but I'm going to call a spade a spade. Like, I'm not going to try to make this great when it really isn't, you know? I don't know, man. I just can't help but get the feeling that, like, we're wasting our time here on these meaningless, deeply unsatisfying jobs. And what, for just a small percentage of people to benefit off of all of us? Like, I hate that everything's profit.
Oh, my God.
I hate that basically America's like a business, right? Like, you see McDonald's on every corner, and the cheapest food is the worst food for you, and then you can only afford that cheap food, so you get the cheap food, and then it makes you
How does he think food how does he think food worked in any communist society? Does he think it was better in the Soviet Union? I don't. And I love how he still expects people to listen to him about what he has to say when he basically starts this entire thing off by saying, "And don't ask me what to do about it. I don't know." Well, then shut the fuck up and go to the back of the class, Johnny. Shut up and learn something. Don't just come up here and ramble nonsensically for 40 minutes. Sit down. Read a book. Something other than the Communist Manifesto. Though most of these people have never even read that. So I don't know. Just sit down, Johnny.
You're sick, it makes you unhealthy, and then they profit off you because you need medicine. And you're never not a customer. You know, we're always customers in this fucking country, and I can't take it. I think money is just like the most evil and toxic creation ever. It breeds greed, and everything is a transaction. Like, what are you gonna get out of it? And that's just not how we're supposed to be. And not only that, it doesn't even feel real anymore. Like, you barely even see cash anymore. It's all just numbers on a screen. Like, that's all it is anymore. Like, is it even real anymore? Like, it's just crazy. And I know what people are gonna say when they see this video. If you don't like it, then leave. Wouldn't I be a coward if I left? Wouldn't I be a coward if I saw danger and evil and I ran the other way? Isn't that the American spirit, that we advocate for justice and for change? So where's the American spirit now? We need to work.
What a dumbass. No, that is not at all how I would describe the American spirit. That we advocate for justice and change? What the fuck college does this guy go to? Because you know he's going to one of them. Because that's something you learn in college. Because that is... What? The American spirit. And I love how basically this entire thing has been him saying how stupid he is. He's explaining how stupid he is. And he prefaces it by saying, I don't know how to fix it. And then he closes by saying, and to those of you who tell me to leave, I'm actually being noble by not leaving. All right, you know what, Johnny? Just go have your mom buy you another kid's meal and shut the hell up. Clearly that's what you want, so just do it. You ugly bastard.
Jordan is trading her focaccia bread for a printer right now.
I don't want capitalism anymore. I want whatever the hell that is.
Jordan is trading her focaccia bread for a printer right now.
I don't want capitalism anymore. I want whatever the hell that is.
I don't know which of these clips is worse. Man, that is... It's so dumb. And look at these dumbasses in the comments. Why can't I trade baked goods for electronics? Damn it, Jess. You're the reason why we can't have nice things. When someone is this stupid, everyone gets nothing. Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
You're 15 now. You should work. Okay, sounds fun. How much will I make and how many hours? Whatever nonsense she's about to say, I feel like this TikTok would be better with the sound off. It actually makes more sense. Here, I'll just turn up the music and just watch this and just look at her and the and read the headline. Fast food jobs. Spot on. I don't care what you're saying because it really doesn't matter, but this is not the commentary you meant to make, but it's just spot on. This is when, you've been working like ridiculous hours for 4 or 5 days straight, and you finally get off work and it's 3:45 in the morning and you have to go to like a McDonald's or a Burger King or something that you don't normally go to because that's garbage. But you're like, I'm so exhausted and I'm so hungry. I've been busting my ass for 4 days and, getting only 6 hours of sleep the whole time. And you go in and this is the cashier every time. And she's only like she's like 5 feet tall or less. She's wider than she is tall. You know that for a fact. And she's wearing her little headset thing with the little walkie-talkie thing for the drive-thru while she's there because she's like the only one of like 2 employees there. Man. I have a feeling that that's not at all what she was trying to communicate with this, but that's what I'm getting. All right. Sorry. Genevieve is her name. All right, Genevieve. The floor is yours. Wow us. Wow us with your understanding of economics. You're 15 now. You should work. Okay, sounds fun. How much will I make and how many hours will I get? Well, as long as you don't hit 40 hours a week, we can work you 39 hours a week, but we do have to give you a break because that is law, but we do pay $7.25. Okay. Are my conditions okay? Yeah. I need more money. College is $30K a year. I need somewhere that pays more. Hi, I'm here for an interview. Okay, do you have experience? No. Sorry, we need people with experience. Do you have experience? No.
What job at a retail store are you going to where they ask you, do you have experience? And you say no, and they tell you to leave. Bullshit, lady. You're telling me if you walk into a Dollar General and you say, I would like to apply for the cashier's position. But they're going to say, well, do you have at least 3 years experience on the job as a cashier? What's your degree in? Huh? You can just walk in here and get a job as a cashier at Dollar General? You are out of your mind.
Well, we'll give you a shot. We're desperate. Well, now that I have experience, I should be able to get more money. Can I have a raise? Sorry, we don't really give raises like that. I'm just gonna apply somewhere else. Offer $11 an hour. But I have experience and I was already making that. Okay. $11 an hour. I need to live though. The cost of living is $20 an hour. Take it or leave it. It says here that you have interned, but do you have experience? Internship is experience, is it not?
Oh my
Right.
God, this is painful. She's just regurgitating things that she's seen people say and things that she's read on Twitter. And clearly has no experience with any of this. This is the kind of person that doesn't go do any of these things because they say that, well, I already know what it's going to be like. They're not going to even let me do this or that. So I might as well not even try. But I do believe she still works at a fast food job for sure. 100%.
Jordan is trading
God,
her
this video
focaccia
again?
bread for a printer right now.
I don't want capitalism. I want whatever the hell that is. And I think I found it. Hey everyone, you're looking at the newest advocate for the Buy Nothing Project, where you can trade bread for a printer. So what is the Buy Nothing Project? It's pretty much a global grassroots movement that encourages people to connect with each other, to share resources, reduce waste, and promote community building. From my understanding, it was a bunch of Facebook.
Craigslist, bro. You're describing Craigslist. Craigslist. This is what Craigslist does. But this one has a cool leftist name, and it's hip, and it's cool, and it's fat. It's now. It's fire, dog.
Book groups, and now it's an app, but it's all about building relationships, having fun, and reducing our impact on the environment while reducing our consumption. Obviously, one of the biggest benefits to the Buy Nothing Project is it helps you save money. And once again, this is by exchanging goods and services with your neighbors. Now, this can be extremely helpful for people who are either tight on a budget or looking to live a more sustainable lifestyle. This is perfect if you're just
All
looking
right,
for
I can't stand there.
If you need cheering up today,
I don't know what you're about to say, but you've already cheered me up. Oh, man. Look at this guy. Damn, bro. Just shave it off. Oh, you look like Bozo the Clown.
have I ever got something for you? Somebody spent $8 on Twitter verification to spoof Eli Lilly and Company, the pharmaceutical manufacturer that produces insulin, and posted this. And this is what happened to their stocks immediately afterwards. For $8, you too can cost a predatory pharmaceutical company literal billions in stock crashes. If you need cheering up today...
These people are just unbelievably annoying. Oh, man. And they look annoying. God.
What's that one basic human concept that your brain just cannot wrap your head around?
Yes, I now have a living wage. Now you know, guys. I expect you, if this stream goes 3 hours, someone better give me a 20 every hour. And that does not include tips and the things that I really need. Like, I don't know. What do the kids do nowadays? That doesn't even cover my non-fat soy mocha venti from the... I don't know. It's something that the kids want. I don't know. Whatever those kids do.
I told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
That's just words of wisdom right there. Just speaking the truth. All right. Let's see what we got.
People being proud of their own exploitation. Telling everyone how you work triple jobs, doing over 80 hours per week since the age of 15 is really not a flex. In fact, it's sad. Life is way more than work, pay bills, and die.
What's that one
That is such a dumb thing to say. Spoken like someone who works at Starbucks. Doesn't she look like she works at Starbucks? She works at Starbucks.
Living in America.
She works at Starbucks. Damn, all of them work at Starbucks.
Like having an abusive partner who has spent their entire relationship with you, telling you how great they are, and then one day you realize they're maybe not so great, and they're like, no, I am very great. You are crazy. And then you're like, why do other countries get to have what we don't have? And it works just fine. And they're like, it's not working fine. It's not working fine at all. And then you're like, but America, our life expectancy, it's going down. And they're like, that's fake news. And then they say the world happiness.
No one says that that's fake news. No one says that the life expectancy going down in the U.S. is fake news. We disagree on what the reasons are, clearly. But no one thinks that that's fake news. It is a widely accepted fact that I have never heard contested by anybody. But you know what? You're a goddamn communist, so just say whatever you want. Godless heathens.
Report, and they are like, there's absolutely no correlation between more social programs and more happiness. That's not true. And then they say our happiness has been steadily declining, and then they're like, no, we are happy. We live in the best country in the world. And you begin to tell your friends and family why you would like to get out. And they've also been gaslit.
Imagine not seeing the correlation that the more that our country has become like other Western countries as far as our laws and our culture, that's when you start seeing the decline in overall happiness and life expectancy and stuff. We started being more like these other countries. And everyone knows the happiness index is just total garbage. Do you guys know that in North Korea, the happiness index is just 1 trillion out of 100%? It's amazing. They polled the people, and the people said that. So let's all go to North Korea, you guys.
By this person. So instead they say, no, I kind of agree with them. I think you're crazy. So this person continues to exploit you, your friends, and your family. And everybody just thinks that this is what it's supposed to be like. And it's not. And they've somehow gaslit and convinced a bunch of people to come at you whenever you speak out against them, because that's what abusers do.
God, this is just so crazy to watch, where it's all straw mans, and they really believe it, though. They really think that they've somehow come up with something, or they've learned something that other people don't get. Wow. They've just been told all this stuff in college, and they believe it.
Capitalism is amazing. It breeds so much innovation. Just look at all these different bottles of water. So many brands of this natural resource to choose from. The same product with different labels. Something free turned into something expensive in a container that'll pollute for generations. What other great wonders will capitalism bring us? The possibilities are endless.
Well, I definitely have to say, having multiple sources for your water is much better than having the one official Soviet source of water, which they get to decide if you even get any, and the water is garbage. But no, yeah, we have too many types of bottled water or something because of the environment and racism and, I don't know, homophobia somehow. Whatever it is.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
Go away.
How can I explain myself? How?
Welcome to the Packer Report. Protests have broken out in Cuba, calling.
Jesus, that's loud.
Hey guys, here's some
Oh,
tips
God.
on finding jobs that don't make you feel like you're complicit in some kind of bad system. Hey guys, here's
You get it? There aren't any because we live in a capitalist hellscape. It's just, it's hard out here for a commie, you know? It's brutal. All right, that was hashtag capitalism sucks. And I found 2 people for contenders for the winner for TikTok Tuesday. You're the most annoying anti-capitalist propagandist on TikTok. That's who we're going to be voting for today. So far, I found Southern political gay guy and Nolan, the guy who was making the weird faces with the mustache. I think that's 2 good choices. All right, let's just go to anti-capitalism. Let's see what they got in anti-capitalism. We got to find 2 more contestants. So we found those pretty fast. I mean, at this rate, this will be a short TikTok Tuesday. But you never know what you never know what could happen on TikTok Tuesday.
Hey, you can't be a socialist. The Nazis were socialists. How's that? Oh, I don't.
Man, this guy. I've been to enough parties where there's a guy just looks exactly like this, who talks about socialism and communism and anti-capitalist. Just the unkempt, dirty look.
Hey, you can't be a socialist. The Nazis were socialists. How's that? Oh, I don't know. The National Socialist German Workers' Party.
Oh, maybe this guy is going to do what no other socialist has ever been able to do and actually debunk the idea that the Nazis were socialists. Yeah, they had other things as well, being national socialists, but they were socialists. They were that. Their system was based off of that. But maybe this guy will do it. Maybe this guy will actually debunk it and will prove to us that this is not true. And this is just anti-socialist propaganda that has made us believe this. I'm ready.
Ever heard of it? Well, they also called themselves a superior race. The Nazis were clearly not a superior race, but they called themselves a superior race. And by your logic, if you call yourself something, then you must be that thing. So why aren't they a superior race?
Hey, buddy. Now do transgenderism. Got him.
Hey, you.
Okay, so he actually did not explain it at all. Did not even attempt to address the point. That is par for the course, I tell you what. Hey, it's this guy again.
The reason why I need folks with no critical thinking skills and no class consciousness to like never speak is because 10 years ago we were like, hey, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. We need at least $15 an hour to like live comfortably. And everybody and their mama was like, no, stop, hold, we can't do that. If we make every company pay their workers $15.
Oh, I cannot watch more of this. Holy crap.
We can't raise the minimum wage. Why? Because small businesses wouldn't be able to afford it.
Ugh.
You know how we're taught in school in the U.S.
this guy.
that Christopher Columbus was like a cool explorer? And
This is 100% what college-educated socialists look like. Look at the freaking sunken eyes on this dude. God, and you know he smells like B.O. and patchouli. Good God, look, this is a vegan heroin addict who believes in socialism, which I know all of those things are redundant. Any one of those things, then you know everything else you need to know. Damn.
you know how we're taught in school in the U.S. that Christopher Columbus was like a cool explorer and not a genocidal colonizer? And that the
No, actually, I don't know that. What school did you go to? I was definitely
When I went to school, they were definitely already talking about how Christopher Columbus was a bad dude. That was already being taught when I was in school. And I've actually yet to meet someone who actually learned the opposite in school, who's under maybe under 40. I don't know of anyone under 40 who ever even heard that Christopher Columbus was just only a great guy and he was an awesome explorer guy. I mean, maybe under 45. I mean, it's not like this is a new idea that they've been pushing in schools. They've been pushing this for a long time. But apparently, there is an imaginary right-wing America First school that exists out there somewhere. And if only I had gone there. It brings a tear to my eye.
The Civil War was fought over states' rights and not that the South wanted to keep doing slavery. And that
again, no, that's exactly what I was taught in schools. I was taught in schools that the Civil War was about ending slavery. It wasn't until after I left school that I even heard about any other reasons why the Civil War happened. When I graduated from school, that was all I knew about the Civil War. This is not making the point this guy thinks it is.
Teddy Roosevelt was like a fun adventure guy and not a war-hungry imperialist who condoned the massacres of thousands of indigenous and Filipino people. And that
how is this guy just repeating what every major public school, not even what every public school in the country has been teaching for the last 20 years, and he's acting like he's like a look at this. They didn't even teach you this, dude. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right. I won't interrupt I'm going to start it from the beginning again. I won't interrupt every single one. He's got to get his point across. I'm sure this is going somewhere where we're not going to be able to refute his awesome argument.
You know how we're taught in school in the U.S. that Christopher Columbus was like a cool explorer and not a genocidal colonizer? And that the Civil War was fought over states' rights and not that the South wanted to keep doing slavery? And that Teddy Roosevelt was like a fun adventure guy and not a war-hungry imperialist who condoned the massacres of thousands of indigenous and Filipino people? And that the United States won World War II and not that 80% of all of the war's combat was fought on the Eastern Front and actually won by the Soviet Union? And that the civil rights movement was a thing that most people were on board with, and not that the FBI and CIA were actively spying on, infiltrating, sabotaging, and even murdering its leaders? Knowing all of that, do you think maybe they didn't teach us the truth about socialism and communism? Maybe.
Dude, what world? What world does this guy live in? What? This guy's definitely a contender. I'm adding him to the list for this TikTok Tuesday. What kind of badass, red-pilled, America First high school did this guy go to? My high school experience was the exact opposite of this. Exactly the opposite. And what was that weird thing? He implied that in public schools, they were teaching you that the FBI was on the side of civil rights? What? That was probably the first conspiracy theory I ever heard, and I learned it in school, that the FBI was involved in the assassination of MLK. Oh, what? Dude, where did this guy go to school? Because that's where I should have gone. Then I wouldn't have been such a weird outcast. Oh, no, I probably still would have been.
Tell me where you stand politically without actually telling me.
I disagree with people when they say that the system is flawed. The criminal justice system isn't broken. It was built off of racism and classism.
Oh, yep, saw that coming a mile away.
It was built to suppress us and protect the ruling class. It's working the way it was designed to. Rich people cannot exist without there being poor people who sell their labor for a wage that they can barely get by with. But the thing is, the rich are fully dependent on the working class because they can only accumulate their wealth with the value created through our labor. Poverty isn't just this thing that happens when people don't work hard enough. It's a feature of capitalism. Capitalism cannot be reformed.
This is a product of the University of Toronto, apparently. And I love the comments. People are saying, "Oh my gosh, yes, what a good breakdown of this." Oh no, yeah. This is I mean, come on. You know how I'm correct? I regurgitated everything the system told me to say. Yeah.
You will never see me pushing the money talks but wealth whispers thing for
What?
one simple reason. Like, yes, it is straight up erroneous. Like, there are plenty of ostentatious rich people. Yes, it's rooted in classism, elitism, racism. But more than anything, it is embarrassing.
What?
Like, you are using your one life on this earth to make videos about how wealthy people are better and more refined, and they're not thinking about you at all, unless it's time to bust your union. Like, it's giving bootlicker, it's giving class traitor, it's giving wannabe never will. Like, it's embarrassing, you're embarrassing! You will
Damn. Good God. I don't even know what the hell she's talking about, but man, that was annoying. Everything about that was annoying. Which means that she's going to make the list for TikTok Tuesday candidate. Winner candidate. Good Lord.
If you think that 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck because they have a spending issue, but you're not having that same attitude towards billionaires who are buying islands, going to space, buying entire countries, who knows what they're doing with...
Bro. A billionaire buying a yacht or an island isn't a spending problem if they have the money to do so. The amount of money isn't the issue here. It's can you afford to do said thing? These things are not, you can't equate these things. Someone who makes minimum wage is upset with their 27-inch TV, so they go buy a UHD massive screen, and then they can't pay their rent. That isn't like unfair, and no, that is a spending problem. You didn't have that money to spend on that. What is your point?
with their billions. But if you are going after the people who are barely making it and who just want like basic luxuries of having a phone, which is very needed for the majority of businesses, I would just like to say that that's just classism and elitism. Because if you think that the 64% of Americans that are barely making a livable wage have a spending issue, but not the billionaires that are just hoarding wealth that they're never going to be able to touch, you need to do some reflecting.
Man. And I'm telling you, anybody who does this overacting, this over animated facial expressions and stuff, anyone who does this, they are 100% full of shit and whatever they're saying. You know for a fact that they are just dumb as a box of rocks, man. Good Lord. Guarantee you, during the Summer of Love with the Black Lives Matter riots, she was one of those people making TikToks saying that they're just stealing loaves of bread because of systemic racism. That's all they're doing. If they could only afford to feed their children and cops would stop killing them, they wouldn't have to steal bread.
We've all heard over and over again that no one wants to work anymore. See, I don't believe that. And let's be clear, I applied for this job because it's really close to where I live, and I just thought, if they pick me, they pick me. If they don't, they don't. It would be convenient for me. And they've been hiring since I moved here in July. For reference, it's April now. And this is what I got back. I have 10 years of...
Thank you for your interest in joining the Target team. We know that every career decision is an important one. I really appreciate the concerns wrong. We want to let you know, however, that the hiring team has not selected you for... Damn. in the midst of all this crazy stuff that's going on with Target right now, this makes me respect them. They're actually sending out emails letting you know that they saw your resume and they're not going to hire you. Where the hell was that when I was looking at jobs? You had to wonder for like 3 weeks. Are they just going to call me? I don't know. And you got, you've applied to like 20 jobs. Not a single one of them tells you if, did they look at your application and decide not to call you? You don't know. If Target wasn't trying to sell gay pride stuff to toddlers, mad props to Target. And I love how her proof that the whole, saying that people just don't want to work anymore. Well, look, I applied to one job and I didn't get it. Oh, well, son of a bitch. Hardest worker award in the world goes to you.
I had this teacher in high school who would do this thing where if you messed up in class, like if you forgot your homework or you did bad on a test, he would say, at this rate, the only thing you're going to need to learn is the phrase, would you like fries with that? The implication being that if you continue to being a poor student...
We're not going to watch this because he's already on the list. He is in the running for most annoying socialist propagandist of TikTok, so...
Why is it so easy for adults to look at a kid who's like, when I grow up, I want to be a mailman, and be like, hell yeah, brother, like, we need mailmen. But then when they grow up and they actually want to be a mailman, they're like, no, that's a bad job. You shouldn't do that. You should go be a businessman. It's like, but we need the mailman. And if a kid...
What the fuck is this lady smoking? What are you talking? You know what this is? This is people who sit on their couch and watch Netflix, and they think that everyone who isn't in their friend group is like the parents or like the grandparents in the Gilmore Girls. These rich, generationally wealthy, snooty people who live in mansions who go, I scoff at the lower class. That's what they actually think. This is what happens when you sit and watch too much Netflix with no job. I think this person's probably a contender as well for most annoying anti-capitalist propagandist.
Kid is excited to be a mailman. Shouldn't we fucking let them be fucking mailmen? Instead of forcing everyone to go into business because...
Who is stopping them from being mailmen? I need to know. Is it you? You watching this stream? Are you the ones preventing people from being mailmen? You freaking Nazi pig. Let the kids be mailmen, damn it. You far-right extremists. It's brutal.
Only way to access freedom under capitalism is through the exploitation of workers? Why is it so...
Yes, it's fuck capitalism, but I'm the child of immigrant parents. They didn't fly halfway.
Okay, hate to be the communist killjoy.
Why is she whispering like that?
Yes, it's fuck capitalism, but I'm the child of immigrant parents. They didn't fly halfway.
Okay, hate to be the communist killjoy per usual here, but I keep seeing this sound on my For You page. So I think the TikTok kids need a healthy reminder that if it wasn't for capitalism, imperialism, colonization, and all that good stuff, our ancestors would never have had to leave their homelands in the first place.
Your face is a circle. Therefore, I am disregarding whatever you're saying. Stop it.
The people you're working with, do you know what they really want?
I will die on the hill that if it takes our collective labor to make profits, then we should collectively decide what to do with those profits. You see, I just don't think that if we had a say and if it was actually democratic and not authoritarian where they just get to decide, I just don't think that that money would be spent on their super yachts and jets for the execs. But anyway, that's just me. I will...
Wait a minute, what?
Die on the hill. But if it takes our collective labor to make profits, then we should collectively decide what to do with those profits. You see, I just don't think that if we had a say and if it was actually democratic and not authoritarian where they just get to decide, I just don't think that that money would be spent on their super yachts and jets for the execs. But anyway.
What an idiot. She's... I thought she was talking about, governments because she loves socialism and is anti-capitalist. No, she's talking about just private companies and how it's not fair that a rich person would buy things for themselves. Man.
Well, the argument for the idea that capitalism promotes human benefit is pretty familiar.
When our parents are gone, many of us will inherit their homes.
Oh, my sweet summer child. Let me tell you why most millennials...
Some people are just naturally not very good looking. But it doesn't take much work to just be presentable. You know what I mean? Not everyone's going to be, a supermodel. But there are basic things you can do to just be, more presentable. And if you're not going to do those things because it's a free country, don't film so close to your face, please. When did we have to start telling people this? This is basic. I thought this is pretty basic human understanding that would lead you to come to these conclusions, but gross. We're not going to watch this. This is like 3.5 minutes long.
Let's ask 100-year-old billionaire investor and man who most resembles a blobfish, Charlie Munger, why they think capitalism works.
What makes capitalism work?
Come on, Charlie, tell us.
Is the fact that if you're a able-bodied young person, if you refuse to work, you suffer a fair amount of agony. And it's because of that agony that this whole economic system...
Cool, so you're a vulture who thrives on the agony of other people. Sounds like a cool system to me. Let's ask 100-year-old...
This guy is as dumb as every other communist I've ever heard. What? This dude. And what's with the mustaches? Why are mustaches in for communists? They're really digging that, aren't they?
It's pretty wild that the first part of any
salary... No, you're already on the list, buddy. You don't have to keep going.
I saw a tweet a few weeks ago that
You're already on the list, too.
To the left this time. Right foot to the left. Left foot to the left.
What's that one base?
No, because let's talk about this. So who in the world...
No, go away.
Communism only works on paper since...
Go away.
For the love of God,
this guy.
If you hear nothing else, then hear this. Shut up about Cuba. There is no greater victim of international terror and human rights violations than this one little island sitting right in the dragon's teeth of the imperial core, and that is Cuba. Ever since the 1820s, nice guys like Thomas Jefferson have been trying to annex Cuba and bake it into the U.S. chain of command. Here he is in 1823 saying, "I candidly confess that I have ever looked on Cuba as the most interesting addition which could ever be made to our system of states." We're talking about a sovereign...
I gotta say, that doesn't sound particularly bad. So, was that the most threatening thing he could find?
Nation of people. And what about John Quincy Adams quoted here discussing his ripe fruit internal policy, where he likens Cuba to an apple falling into the political gravitation of America? There is no foreign territory of greater importance and significance to the U.S. than the island of Cuba. It has come to take a momentous importance for the political and commercial interests of the Union. Once again, these are powerful...
Again, I don't hear anything wrong with any of these statements.
Powerful world leaders talking about a sovereign nation of people. This goes on throughout the 20th century, and it gets far worse. In 1934, we couped their democratically elected government. In 1959, we tried again. We failed. We then invaded them in 1960. We sent our Marines in. We bombed one of their petrochemical plants, killing 400 people.
So he's upset about Cuba. What are the odds? What do you think the odds are he's going to address North Korea, China, or the Soviet Union? Okay, fine. Let's take Cuba off the list. You got a rage boner for Cuba. I get it. All right, we'll take Cuba off the list. North Korea, China, Soviet Union. Go. Let's see what are the odds that he actually says anything about that?
Self-determine? A country which has its own ideas?
Nope, he only ever talks about Cuba.
If you not from this side and you don't know the face, you chill and repeat after me. It's not Atlanta. It's not Atlanta.
There are no good billionaires.
Oh, this
you
guy.
You cannot become a billionaire.
Fine. You can be on the list of annoying socialist propagandists of TikTok. Jeez. I haven't added him to the list until now, but apparently he needs to be on the list. For some reason, his tag has music in it. So I don't. Apparently he wanted to be a musician once, and now he just says dumb shit. All right, let's see how many we've got now. We got Frankly Socialist, Pretty Critical, Petite Leah, Rathbone Music, a Southern political gay guy, and Nolan. I think that's enough. I think that's enough for us to get to the... let's check out the contestants and see who can be ranked as the most annoying anti-capitalist propagandist of TikTok. I think those are some good contenders, man. We're definitely not going to start with Frankly Socialist and Rathbone because, in my opinion, they seem like the two worst. Thus far, at least. They definitely seem like the worst. So let's start with Pretty Critical. 34,000 followers on TikTok. Wellness and all the ways we pay for it. Okay.
Afternoon. What can I do for you?
I need to buy a gun.
I just finished the Succession series finale, and for a minute I was...
Yeah, I don't care.
Everyone in my TikTok comments loves to talk about my voice. I get it. It sounds very California. It sounds very white. I don't know what to say. My parents are immigrants. My American voice came from TV. Like, I really don't know. I can't change it, and I'm not gonna like put in the effort to make a fake voice that I talk to that people are more comfortable with.
Weird.
But I was permission requested to be a bitch. Why would you follow a creator if you didn't trust them? I'm always very honest about what I like and don't like, and I only follow people that I feel like are the same. And yet, all the time, I see in their comments, I see in my comments.
If I was out anywhere and I saw someone walking by me talking on their phone and they said this...
Permission requested to be a bitch. Why would you follow a creator if you didn't trust them? I'm always very honest about what I like and don't like, and I only follow...
That's immediately when I would smack the phone out of their hand and say, stop it. Not on my block. Not on my block. Apparently she doesn't make many videos about leftism.
Usually I show you guys
just that one annoying video, I guess.
Crew is having...
Wow.
If you looked at my budget app, you would assume that before you write off Dry Bar, just walk in the... There's literally nothing more thrilling than getting
God, I just cannot... What is this? This type of influencer thing on social media? What the hell?
I am telling
Who watches this stuff?
Yeah, there's definitely a filter on here. Like, I'm not using a filter, but TikTok has put a filter over this video for sure. Charlotte Palomino on here made a video about it. Quick outfit of the day.
No. Apparently we only saw the one video she ever made about communism. The rest of it's just annoying, typical influencer stuff. Well, all right. Well,
You know, this is why I wanted to start with something like that, because you never know. Maybe they're not going to make the cut. So get out of here. You are not in the running. We do know for a fact that everyone else. Actually, that works out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we go. Man, this is going to be some intense competition. First up, the other one doesn't count. Petite Leah, 74.2 thousand followers, and her bio is I draw, hate capitalism, and am a communist. Brace yourselves.
You don't have time for people to be apolitical. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go join a militant group tomorrow, but what I am saying is that the time for not talking about politics has come and gone, and arguably it was never there to begin with because social injustice has always been there. So while I hope that things like police brutality as well as, income inequality would wake you up, if that hasn't done it yet, climate change needs to. Not everyone has to be a part of the furthest flank that is, radicalizing the rest. Other people can be involved in just regular old mutual aid. Or hell, if you still believe—
Oh my God, this video is 2.5 minutes long. Why? What are you doing? And is she basically saying that she does support the militant groups, like, groups that would commit theoretical acts of terrorism? Is that what she's saying? You don't have to go do that. I mean, that's what the people who are serious would do, but you don't have to do that.
believe in electoral politics and you really think that that's where the change is, then run for office or get involved with campaigns. And if you're an introvert, then talk politics with your friends and family when you can, but otherwise offer other skills that you have to offer, be it making graphics or showing up to a mutual aid event where you have to do no talking and all you're doing is packing stuff. We say it all the time of being on the right side of history, but I genuinely want to ask people, when your kid or a younger kid looks at you when you are older and they ask you what you personally did to fight climate change or to fight the disasters to come, what are you—
That's when you smack that kid upside the head and you kick him out of the house and say, I don't have a son. Get out of here, you climate activist nut job. This is a red pill house. Get out of here. The Matrix is out there, not in here. God damn commies.
Going to be able to say. And again, I'm not saying that the movement is on your shoulders, but what I am saying is that every single one of us has a part to play. Even if your part is as small as making your neoliberal community aware of the fact that they have a communist amongst them, if safe to do so. I get questions all the time of okay, this is all really bad news, but what are we supposed to do about it? The only thing
God
that they're—
Lord, I mean, this is what they teach you in college, by the way, is how to talk like this. Because you know what she's said so far? What she's actually communicated so far? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Being able to just ramble like this and regurgitate these words and talking points is exactly what they teach you in college. This is why you pay the thousands of dollars, is to be able to do whatever the hell this is. They all say the same crap. And good Lord, we're only halfway through this video.
Is to do about it is organize. That is literally the only thing that will save us. So if you have money, donate to leftist funds. If you have the ability to push leftist messaging out, do it. If you have the ability to talk to your coworkers about unionizing, do it. If you have the ability to even mention your politics at any time, do it. And to any conservative who is going to watch this video and tell me that climate change is fake, sweetie, we are not talking about the fact that temperature has changed ever before on the planet. We're talking about how fast it's changing, and it's changing way too fast for us to survive. But let me rephrase that.
That is not true at all. So hopefully, however you rephrase it, fixes that.
For the majority of us to survive, for the most vulnerable communities to survive, for the ones that polluted the least to survive, or even for our ecosystems to survive. Now, the rich may survive based on innovations that are gatekept from us, but that's not humanity surviving or thriving. And this is even more true when you consider the fact that those rich corporations are only rich and going to be safe because of the previous injustices that we still haven't rectified. So as much as it sucks, this is—
Oh. Are you talking about me, Simon? Because I haven't announced my presidential campaign yet, but it's coming. Swamp for President merch is on the way. I designed it like a year and a half ago and was waiting for the time to unveil it. We're going to win. We're going all the way to the White House.
This Prozac picture frame. Yes, I'm stitching myself because I figured that my audience would get a huge laugh out of this because I found something else that was with the Prozac picture frame and I wanted to share. Obviously, I recommend that you watch my full video because, you know, it's my video, but the quick version is that I found this Prozac picture frame from back in the day when Big Pharma used to send physicians literal gifts. Before, you know, they increased regulations, and they still do this to a certain extent, but before it was a lot more egregious. And so, before when I was just taking out, I was noting funny things like my uncle put a picture of Tom Cruise in it, as well as other things, but upon closer inspection, boy...
I have so many questions about everything that was just said in the first 30 seconds of this. What the hell?
Oh boy, did I hit gold. So this is the piece of paper that came with the frame. Sorry, wrong way, that was Tom Cruise. This is the frame, piece of paper that came with it, okay? Let's see what it says. Dear Doctor, here's the picture frame you requested from our second in a series of flyers celebrating classic constellations. Thank you for your response. We also appreciate your choice of Prozac for your patients who present with a constellation of symptoms of depression. Get it? Because it's a constellation frame. Anyway, use Prozac to help restore both restful nights and productive days in depressed patients. And please use this frame in your office as a continuing reminder of this. Full prescribing information.
Oh my God, I don't know how much more I can do of this crazy woman. I get the feeling that because she's cute, not enough people, if anyone in her life, have ever just told her to shut up. You are dumb. Go home and work on that first, and then come back, and then we can have a conversation. Holy crap. All right, we'll try one more.
AJC op-eds y'all were involved in pushing out. I say y'all because although only one was made by Mayor Dickens, the AJC is owned by Cox Enterprises, which y'all probably know, who have donated millions to the Atlanta Police Foundation over the years, clearly demonstrating a conflict of interest with regards to journalistic integrity. But this was evident the second the AJC published two disingenuous op-eds the day after over 7 hours of public comment of your constituency voicing their concerns against Cop City. There was not a single one that was filled. One of the more despicable parts, though, is when Mayor Dickens ignored the public comment made by him.
Yawn.
When I say I have a really fun video for you guys today, I mean I have a really fun video for you guys today. So it all starts here. Some right-winger kept on mentioning the amount of people killed under communism and kept on citing this guy as his source. So naturally, I ended up on his Wikipedia page where I found that he received funding from DARPA and other people to do this research, right? This anti-communism.
This is a weird one that I've seen a lot over the years. That the number of people who died under communism is fake. And it's just remarkable that you can argue the number of people who died under communism isn't real, but then call right-wingers conspiracy theorists. That is a conspiracy theory on a level that's just way out of whack. It's not just one source claiming that there was like over 100 million people who've died as a direct result of communism. It's not just one source. I mean, there's a lot. It's countless sources, but okay. And oh my God, this video's 7 minutes long. I can't stand this lady. Holy crap. No, I'm not watching 7.5 minutes of this.
I'm at Atlanta City Hall ready to give a public comment. I want to show you guys something. There are over 60 police officers here today. When I asked them why they were here, they said that they just wanted to make an appearance and they were told to be here. So we went ahead and counted how many there were. There are 60 police officers, which means that if you divide that by the 2,000 people on the Atlanta Police Force, that is 3% of the Atlanta Police Force that is currently here for no other reason than to make an appearance to scare us. Probably because last time we clapped for 6 seconds and then Doug Shipman tried to kick us out. But regardless of the reason, it makes no sense to have 3% of the Atlanta Atlanta police force here at City Hall when there are like 5 people ready to give public comment. None of us are here to fight. We're just here to get our voices heard. I'm at Atlanta City Hall.
Man, wow, she is so annoying. I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it. All right, that's contestant number 1. That is a strong first contender for the most annoying anti-capitalist propagandist of TikTok. Oh, Jesus. Up next, Scott Johnson, no relation to me, with the name A Southern Political Gay Guy, explaining politics with common sense. He has 66,000 followers and has a live show, 7 a.m. Wait a minute. Oh. This guy works for the Young Turks. Of course he does. Holy crap. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Y'all, cis is not a slur. There's no reason for you all to get upset by it. It's just a descriptor. I am cis. Cisgender. It means same compared to trans. Trans means different from. So when you say I'm cisgender, you really only use that term when you're around other trans people because there's no need to go up to be like, hi, I'm cisgender. Like, no one's asking you to do that. You really only use the term cis or cisgender when you're around trans people. So stop trying to make it into an issue because
Here's the thing, Scott. Okay?
Y'all, cis is not a slur. There's no reason for you all to get upset by it. It's just a descriptor. I am.
All right, Scott. Here's the thing. You are a faggot. It's not a slur. It's a descriptor. Son of a bitch, look at your hair.
Every time I go to Target, I have to walk past their little boys department. I don't have any little boys. I never have.
I woke up this morning with this bulgous pimple on my forehead, and you know what? I think I
Of course, this guy works for the Young Turks.
look beautiful. It's like a third eye. It's so cute. Like, let's give it a name. Jared, Bruce, Michelangelo. I have a love-hate relationship with this sucker right now. I woke up this morning with this. Y'all, I did the math, and if we do not do anything to limit the guns in the hands of citizens prone to violence, we're going to have 1,105 more children under the age of 18 die from gun violence by the end of this year, in addition to the 715 that are already dead. Kids are crying for change. Are you going to ignore their pleas? Your gun fetish is not more important than protecting the lives.
Why do they make everything sexual? Everything. Like when someone wants to, protect gun rights in this country. Oh, you have such a fetish for guns. Here's the thing, Scott. People can like things without wanting to have sex with them. It's true. I know. To a leftist, this is just groundbreaking information. But you can like something and not want to have sex with it. Write this down because I'm sure you'll forget it in about 5 seconds.
Do you change your voice just to be straight? Because what makes you think that I change my voice just to get attention from people on TikTok? Y'all, it's crazy that you think that this isn't my normal voice and that I'm literally trying to do this for attention. What kind of attention do you think I get by just me speaking up as a gay guy? Constant harassment from people.
That's true. What kind of attention does he get? Oh, wait, he's got 66,000 followers and works for the Young Turks. Yeah, I mean, what do you think this is for attention? I don't get attention. Oh, by the way, can you guys sign my paycheck because I'm getting attention for being an annoying gay guy? Come on, buddy. Where's the rest of your anti-capitalist stuff? I guess he works for the Young Turks, so he's just a general leftist nonsense.
So this will make you laugh. Over the weekend, Fox News was duped by a manufactured and
Man, putting air quotes around the news in Fox News while working at the Young Turks, that is bold. That is bold. A little self-awareness, my dude.
There comes a time when we hit
you fund independent journalists? If not, this is your chance. Hello, my name is Scott Johnson. I'm a Southern political gay guy on TikTok, and I just opened up this Patreon for my exploits as an independent voice on TikTok. Look, being a creator is tough. It is much harder than you might think, and there's a lot of hate, but then there's also a lot of expectation, and I treat this as a job. So if there's any way that you have any resources, kindness in your heart to support my channel with $5, $10 a month, I promise that I am trying to build a community to inform, but also give you the tools that you need to combat the craziness that's in our political discourse. So, y'all, looks can be deceiving, so make sure to spread some positivity and reach out to some of your favorite TikTokers, because even the most happy or successful people that are on this app sometimes go through a really, really tough time. So make sure to spread some love, peace, and understanding, because the
God, I mean, there's a reason why I left the city. I had to get out of the city before I ever accidentally walked past someone and heard them saying something like this to their phone. I'm pretty sure I would just go into a blind rage and just go on a rampage if I was just walking down the sidewalk and I heard this.
Y'all, looks can be deceiving, so make sure to spread some positivity and reach out to some of your favorite TikTokers, because even the most happy or successful people that are on this app sometimes go through a really, really tough time. So make sure to spread some love, peace, and understanding, because the world...
And stop saying y'all. Gosh, these freaking gay leftist, woke LGBTQ, whatever. Stop saying y'all. Stop it. That's not your word. That's our word.
Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times and I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So...
I'm so tired of this clip.
Your hair looks absolutely perfect.
It is not perfect.
Apparently there's some Hispanic truck workers that want to...
Y'all, I eat raw lavender because there's nothing better than nature's natural plant medicine. I just have a little nib and I feel relaxed for the rest of the day. Y'all, I eat raw lavender y'all, question.
God, people who act like that, it's just, it's so annoying.
If you're at a restaurant and you're waiting on the waiter, doesn't that then make you the waiter? And while we're at it, why is it called a building if it's already built? America, explain! I don't get it! Y'all, question.
What possesses a person? What events have to transpire in your life for you to get to a point where you make a video like this? I'm just surprised that he didn't add at the end. And by the way, why is Greenland not green and Iceland is the one that's actually greened? Make it make sense. You rat bastard.
Yo. What the fuck?
Stop saying y'all. That is my word.
Fuck did I just watch?
I just think it's time that white people stop lying to black people, right? Why do we lie to them? Why do we tell them?
I'm pretty sure the only people, well, not the only people, but the majority of the people who watch Fox News anymore are people like this. This guy. I mean, what? Especially now that Tucker Carlson isn't there, because I feel like a lot of people who said they watched Fox News really watched Tucker Carlson and maybe watched things that were around his time slot, but really they just watched Tucker Carlson. Who is sitting down and watching Fox? Who gives a who's watching any major mainstream news outlet? If you are, stop it. Just stop it. I'm pretty sure it's just people like this guy.
watching Fox News so he can make this video where he's making this face like, y'all, y'all, son of a bitch.
I am the transgender mutant and terrorist that you guys are so afraid of.
Oh God, this is what this guy does, huh? These things where it's just a video, it's supposed to be emotional, and he just kind of stands there and it's like, y'all. I mean, folks, come on, y'all. You just got. I mean,
Mom, do you have any advice today?
Kind.
That's a good one.
Matt Gaetz blew my mind yesterday. And I want you to watch this. This is what happened to Matt Gaetz. And then you'll see his response.
This is all so painful.
If a majority of Americans, Republicans have taken $4.6 million just from gun rights groups in 2022 alone.
About 2 weeks ago, I got attacked in a Walmart bathroom. Yeah, a Walmart bathroom. And quite honestly,
I'm seeing so much conversation about youth transition, and the more I see, the more I realize that none of y'all know what goes into it. Okay, say an 11-year-old kid goes to their mom and they say, Mom, I'm trans, a female. They want to identify as a boy. Mom, I'm trans. The first step that child will take is social transitioning. Cut your hair, wear different clothes, go.
This is one I don't understand, that, you know, let me educate you on what this is actually like. And then they describe literally what everyone knows. And you go, yeah, that was, I'm glad we're on the same page now, because that's the part I didn't like. As if, you know, they always act like, if you just knew, if you just talked to a trans person, if you just knew what this was like, you wouldn't feel this. No, I know. I am aware. It's really hard for me not to be aware of this, because you throw it all over the place. They don't just say that I'm trans and then blah, blah, blah. They have to social transition. Wait, you're telling me that when a kid says, I'm trans, they start wearing the opposite gender's clothes and cut their hair? Well, that changes everything. I never thought about that part of it. I can't handle Scott anymore. Get out of here, Scott. All right, let's do round one. So, round one is Leah versus Scott for the most annoying anti-capitalist TikToker in the world. Place your votes now. And while you vote, don't forget to like the stream. Check out the Be Armed, Be Dangerous, Be Moral merch so you can piss off your local communists today. I should be playing Jeopardy music or something, it feels like. Oh, man. I was gonna say, I think we got it, but hey, Scott's coming back. All right. Is everyone who wants to vote voted? I think we're gonna call it. Round 1 goes to Leah. It's kind of a hard choice, mainly because Scott didn't have as much anti-capitalist stuff, but damn was he annoying. And yeah, he works for the Young Turks. All right, Leah comes out on top for round 1. Now we're gonna get into the heavy hitters. All right, this is where the heavy hitters come in. Frankly Socialist. 144.1 thousand followers on TikTok. Anti-cap agitprop. I don't know what that. What is agitprop? What does agitprop mean? And you know what's hilarious? So his name is Frankly Socialist, and he's anti-capitalist, mainstreaming socialism. His profile picture is him holding up an entire book of Pokemon cards, yet he says he's anti-capitalist. All right. Super chats coming in hot. Super chat jukebox. Take it away.
Because you're lying! You're full of shit! I will not suffer your two people after this. Because you're lying! You're full of shit! All of it, dude! And I'm sick of it!
Mainly Alex Jones. That's how we do. All right, the anti-capitalist. Oh, and by the way, in his profile also it says this is it's a joke saying that this is a quote from Karl Marx, but it says chill vibes only, Karl Marx. Because that's what Karl Marx was all about, man, the chill vibes. But yeah, I still can't get over the fact that he's socialist is in his name. He says he's anti-capitalist, and his profile picture is him holding a book of Pokemon cards. There, try to enhance. Uh-oh. It's off to the side. Blocking the one thing I was going to show you, which was the Pokemon cards. Here. There we go. This is our socialist anti-capitalist with his Pokemon cards. Nailing it, dude. Nailing it.
Why does my wife need one of those put into her head, and who is going to put it there? You told me that my wife should stop breathing, and her, over and over again in our comments. Who's going to make her stop breathing, and who's going to be...
In Brooklyn right now, today is Thursday. These signs were up earlier this week. The Thursday signs went up just a few hours ago today on Thursday. And now they're fucking towing everyone. This is the NYPD fucking towing everybody. They did not alert the neighborhood properly.
Bro. That's what a sign is. a sign is alerting the neighborhood. I mean, I get it. You missed the sign, you're going to be upset. I've gotten tickets and stuff from not, missing a no parking sign or no parking between a certain time. I get it. But I mean, a sign is notification. I mean, and arguably, these being the bright color that they are and everything, I would be far more likely to see this. I assume they're probably plastered all over the damn place. I'd be far more likely to see this than one of those random little rectangle ones that's on a street sign that's permanently there that says, you can't park between these hours. Who actually pays attention to real street signs? That's how you get tickets, But this, I think, is pretty noticeable. Just my thoughts.
These Thursday signs went up on Thursday. Today is Thursday. And now they're fucking towing everyone. They're fucking towing everyone on the street. This is fucking bullshit. The 77th precinct. Luckily, I don't have a car, but some of my neighbors are going to have their fucking weekends just ruined. This is some horse shit right here. Wow.
Definitely annoying. I'll give you that.
Here are two graphs that clearly demonstrate how bad things have become in the United States. The first.
All right, you guys. Hang on. Hang on a second. We're bringing the banjo back, man. Okay. Frank, let's do this. We can do this.
Here are two graphs that clearly demonstrate how bad things have become in the United States. The first is a graph of productivity.
Tim, you're gonna be all over the place, aren't you?
Compensation for that productivity. As you can see, we're working much harder today than we were working even 50 years ago. At the same.
Come on, brother. Give me something I can follow. You can't keep changing your tempo all the time.
Same time, wages have not kept pace, which means we're working even harder for less money than before. The second graph is life expectancy in the United States, which is now in decline. Not only in decline, but trailing behind other wealthy nations that don't treat their people like shit. We don't have free healthcare or higher education, no guaranteed parental leave or vacation, no social safety net and poor workers' rights. Instead, wealth inequality has reached new heights. Capitalism is a bedrock of our nation, so don't be surprised it's run by fucking corporations.
Oh no. He needs the same chord progression as what's her name at the beginning of the stream.
Here are two graphs that clearly demonstrate how bad things have become in the United States. The first is a graph of productivity compared to compensation for that productivity. As you can see, we're working much harder today than we were working even 50 fucking years ago. At the same time, wages have not kept pace, which means we're working even harder for less money than before.
That's hilarious. It's the chords that what's her name was using at the beginning.
Second graph is life expectancy in the United States, which is now in decline. Not only in decline, but trailing behind other wealthy nations that don't treat their people like shit. We don't have free healthcare or higher education, no guaranteed parental leave or vacation, no social safety net and poor workers' rights. Instead, wealth inequality has reached new heights. Capitalism is a bedrock of our nation, so don't be surprised it's run by fucking corporations. Here.
That's hilarious. It actually kind of works. That's come on, just put in a little bit of effort, bro. Maybe I should save this too. You're right. I can't remember, was Simon said that or was Vic who said it towards the beginning is the Swamp TikTok album. Dude, that's what that'll be the next album. Songs from TikTok. I gotta save that. Consider it bookmarked.
Hey, liberals, why is your team always fucking everything up for everybody?
Why do all of these communists look like they're on drugs and they're about to pass out from lack of nutrition? Oh, no, wait. Yeah, that actually adds up.
California Senator Dianne Feinstein, who is 89 years old, has not voted in Congress since February. Why is this a big deal? Because Democrats aren't able to confirm any federal judges without her vote. And as we've seen from the last several years, Republicans know how important the judiciary is. They will literally do anything to accrue and exert as much.
Dude, this guy he looks like a psychopath.
Yes, I totally agree with you, and I just want to clarify a few things from my last video because I've been getting a lot of comments on it. What I said was,
I gotta see this original video. To be fair, we absolutely should nationalize a few industries. So he's got a video apparently arguing for nationalizing industry.
yeah, no, I understand that this is how business works within a capitalist framework, but what I am saying is that it is exploitative and bad. When you enter into salary negotiations with a company,
That's really just everything Karl Marx said right there. No, that's all he ever said. He wrote a lot about just saying that. It was never explained. It was never adequately justified why he thought these things. That's pretty much what he said. And he never set forth any kind of framework to what it would be like once you got rid of the capitalists. It was basically just shit will work, bro. It'll work. Actually, I guess the quote that he put, the fake quote he put on his profile from Karl Marx, was chill vibes only. I guess that actually is a pretty good. That's what Karl Marx wanted after the revolution. Take down the bourgeoisie and, well, what's your plan? I don't know. Chill vibes, man. It's just chill vibes all the time. And why is he dressed like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo?
the first thing the company does is essentially say to you, hey, we'd like to hire you and we would love to pay you way less than we know that you're worth. And yeah, you can enter into negotiations and you can try to get a fairer wage, even though it'll never actually be truly fair because all labor is exploited under capitalism. So I understand that this is how it currently works, but what I am saying is that it is a bad system. I'm outside looking in.
Crazy eyes, man. Crazy eyes.
And I'm bird's eye view over here being like, oh, this is stupid and unfair and unequal and undemocratic and exploitative. And for a number of other reasons is a bad system. The way that people in these comments are like, oh, my guy doesn't even know how a job works. No, you don't know how a job works, clearly. Yeah. No.
Again, never actually explained any of his points, but sure.
This is what it would look like if Pokemon were socialists. So under the current Pokemon economic organization, we'll call this the capitalist framework. Ash Ketchum, he's the capitalist. He owns the means of production, which are the Pokeballs, and the Pokemon are the workers. Under this setup, Ash exploits the labor of the Pokemon.
Dude, I think we may have stumbled across one of the rare moments in the world of the internet where you just find an intersection of all of the most cringe things that the internet has to offer, and they all come together into something glorious here. Something that should be memed about for decades to come. This guy, he's a, a perpetual adolescent adult, a millennial who loves Marvel and Pokemon, type of adult who cannot get past this. And everything he says has to be related to this. He's also, he's not a liberal, he's a leftist. He's graduated past this. He's learned this. He's a full-blown socialist, communist, Marxist lover. Oh, and he loves making TikToks. I mean, this is just a wow.
Pokemon by making them fight other Pokemon who are also controlled by other Pokemon trainers, aka capitalists, for the supremacy of who will be the Pokemon.
This dude totally is in a mental hospital right now. Look at him. He is actually committed and somehow got a hold of a phone. That's the only way this makes sense.
Pokemon master. But if the Pokemon were socialists, Ash, the capitalist, would not exist. The Pokemon would control the means of production, aka the Pokeballs, and they would have ownership over their own labor. So if a group of Pokemon wanted to fight another group of Pokemon, they would be fighting for themselves so that they could become their own Pokemon masters. And their labor would no longer belong to a capitalist Pokemon.
Dude, this has to be one of the most cringe things I've ever seen. I love it. I am saving this for sure. Damn, brother. I am sorry. Genuinely sorry for whatever happened to you that made you this way. Dude, this is something else. And we're not even halfway through the video. We're almost halfway through. This is
trainer who's just some teenager with no discernible skills whatsoever. Although realistically, if the Pokemon controlled the means of production, they would probably stop fighting one another entirely. So they'd all probably just go back to nature and just chill out for the rest of their lives. Now, I know what all of you are thinking right now. What about Pikachu? It's a great question. Pikachu is the perfect representation of the managerial class. A Pokemon who has been elevated to a place of authority to serve as a buffer between the Pokemon trainer and the Pokemon they control. Pikachu serves a vital function within the Pokemon capitalist class structure. Pikachu keeps the other Pokemon in line while still answering to Ash, even though underneath all of this, Pikachu is still having their labor exploited. And just to round out this analogy, Professor Oak is the U.S.
man.
intelligence state, and Team Rocket are the fascists. This is what it would look like if Pokemon were socialists. So under the current...
Oh, man, dude. This guy. There's no hope for this guy. When you make a video essay explaining socialism through the context of Pokemon, it's over. It is over. You are gonzo. This is... Holy crap, man. I think I love this guy.
Just so you know, us socialists don't want the government to come in and take over everything. That's not what socialism is.
Oh, well.
Socialism is when workers control their own workplace. It's when workers have a say in how the businesses they work at are run, and they get to keep the wealth that they all create together, because that's democracy. Socialism is democracy. And if you think socialism is when the government comes in and takes over everything, that's because that's what capitalists want you to think socialism is.
Bro. This guy, man. What? What is he smoking besides crystal meth? I mean, holy crap. Oh. Dude, where is he getting his info?
You approached me with
well, it's sorry. We just he's getting it from Pokemon. Gee.
This is just a reminder that I love you and you are doing enough. You know, we're all in our own ways trying to make this world a better place, and you know, a lot of days it feels like it's not going to happen, and I will be honest with you, it might not ever happen. But I mean, just the fact that so many of you are waking up every day and trying in your own way to make this world a better, fairer, safer place for everyone. If you're doing anything at all that makes a person's life easier and alleviate...
Dude, this guy films these videos, and you know he can see himself because, you know, he's using the front-facing camera. He knows what he looks like, and he's still doing it. That is remarkable. Wow.
Good morning. It's just a totally normal, not terrifying day here in the United States. Good morning. It's just a totally normal, not...
This is one of those headlines that you go, well, clearly we don't know. We're missing some context here. This well-educated man who's come to the idea that socialism is the way to go and that we've been lied to about everything else believes the headline of every article he reads. Doesn't need to read more about it. You know, this colors a lot of the things you've said, and now I'm not sure that you're so based in evidence and fact anymore.
Here's a list of 5 movies that...
Hey, before he cut his hair. He looked a little bit healthier back in these days. The circles under his eyes aren't quite as pronounced. His skin looks a little bit healthier, right?
Good morning.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, look how he looks rough here. He's hit some rough times.
Here's a list of 5 movies that are actually anti-capitalist.
If you enjoyed that video that I made about a year ago, then I've got some.
Wow, that was a year ago, huh? Damn. Maybe he has cancer and I'm just being insensitive.
Some fun news for you. We've made it into a podcast. Movies vs. Capitalism is hosted by myself and my dear, dear friend Rivka Rivera, where we examine the crucial intersection between pop culture and politics. This show is produced by The Lever, a reader-supported investigative news outlet, and it launches on February 7th. All of the things to find it are in my bio, so be sure to go check them out. And no, we are not getting paid to make this show, and we will not be selling advertisements. Our model is completely subscriber-based, so I don't even want to hear it. Anyway, here's the full trail.
I think it's funny that he knows the critiques that, you know, supposedly anti-capitalist people get about ads and blah, blah, blah. But you know what his big answer is? It's subscriber based, you guys. Okay. What are you getting from the subscribers, my comrade? Oh, it's money. People are giving you money. Wow. Wow, this is awkward.
Have you ever thought about how movies influence your values and perspective?
How the ideological messages baked into some of your favorite films might actually be better at informing your politics than actual politics?
Then
you know what's funny is I would love to see what movies they actually talk about, because this is a right-wing talking point, too. I mean, this is the biggest critique of Hollywood, right? Is all the leftist propaganda that they put in movies. Terrible, terrible movies. Full of leftist propaganda. I wonder, what movies are they talking about?
We've got a podcast for you.
I'm Rivka Rivera. I'm an actor, playwright, and artist educator.
And I'm Frank Capello. I'm a writer, podcast producer, and socialist TikToker. That's a weird thing to say out loud.
And we're hosts of the new podcast, Movies vs. Capitalism.
Each week, Rivka and I are joined by a guest for a lighthearted yet critical discussion about a movie and how it is obviously a scathing indictment of late-stage capitalism.
Fight Club is about the degradation.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I'm sorry. I wasn't really paying attention because he looks like a meth head. Okay, he's saying that these movies are anti-capitalist. Movies versus capital. Okay, I thought he was going to talk about movies that he liked. Or that movie where he was critiquing pro-capitalist propaganda. Okay, so he's just admitting. So he agrees with the right. So because the right says all the time that Hollywood's nothing but leftist propaganda, and so he decided to make a whole podcast about how Hollywood is all leftist propaganda. All right.
Hosts of the new podcast, Movies vs. Capitalism.
Okay, thank you.
You know, is around the time countries actually started adapting capitalism, income per capita skyrocketed.
Imagine waking up every day and thinking, the free market needs my help. Honestly, I just can't believe I live in a country where they treat CEOs like that. Why am I protesting? Well, because someone needs to take a stand on behalf of the corporations. What happened to the stock market? Is it okay? Should we go help? Someone needs to protect the most marginalized group in this country, shareholders. No justice, no commerce. No justice, no commerce. I'm just trying to build a better future for my children with businesses as far as the eye can see and endless consumer choices. Why aren't they letting them privatize that industry? Someone needs to be making profit off of vital public services, and they're not letting them privatize. For real though, there are so many things in the world that you could spend your time and energy on right now. There are people suffering in the world that
Man, this guy's so annoying.
The fact
Holy
that you
crap.
think a human being's value is directly tied to their ability to produce within a capitalist framework is the problem. I don't blame you for thinking this way, but this is how we are conditioned to think within capitalist economic organization. The fact that the value of a human life, of a human's existence,
all of this, everything you just said is bullshit. All of that is bullshit. It's all nonsense. Get the hell out of here. Get a job, you damn dirty hippie.
Measured by the amount. Just a reminder to check up on the people in your life and make sure that they are all manifesting to the best of their ability.
Oh, you know what, Frank? I can't do it anymore. That's enough of that. Holy hell. That is just nails on a freaking chalkboard. And unfortunately, it's about to get a lot worse. With our friend Rathbone. Oh, man. This guy's just as bad, if not worse. This is truly two greats meeting in the octagon for the smackdown of anti-capitalist propagandists or something.
Rummel's statistics of democide, he puts together numerous sources of deaths caused by the U.S. in the 20th century. He's looking at World War I, World War II.
For some reason, they're both reacting to this kid. They really... And look at... Oh, God, he looks so unhealthy, too. I mean, look at this freaking guy. Why do they always... Oh, wait. Do you know how disgusting Karl Marx was? I don't know what I'm talking about. If they like this guy, it completely makes sense that they would be disgusting. Karl Marx was like so disgusting and bathed so irregularly that he had like open sores and pus like on his back and his ass. So I guess you know what, it makes sense. It adds up. It adds up why all these commies and why they look so unhealthy. It's just the way it works.
Let's continue. 1933, when the journalist Gareth Jones wrote to the West about...
Oh, so he's doing a whole piece.
Take a couple days off, gather up all the primary source evidence that you can find, like I asked, NKVD files, Soviet archive documents, census data reports, whatever you think is going to help, and then present it, make a compelling argument, and if it is worthy of a counterpoint, I will debate you live and with a moderator. Here's what you do. Take a...
Uh-huh.
If you want to make a claim about the Soviet Union killing millions of its own people, then you should do what I did. Back it up with evidence.
God, he looks like a complete nut job. But I told you, these are the biggest conspiracy theorists in the world. They actually don't think that the communists killed hundreds of millions of people. Something that is a well-established historical fact, which has slightly more evidence than the body count of the Holocaust, I might add. But that's another conspiracy theory, and that's not what we're talking about today. These are the jokes. These are the jokes, people. If you don't like it, get out of here.
Debate and I was dealing with a competent person, when held to scrutiny, that person might have done something like this. Here is NKVD file 6614579, signed by Stalin on July 1st, 1937, and it gives the direct order to genocide millions of Soviet citizens systematically over the next few years. That...
Wow. So the only way this guy would believe that Stalin was involved in the death of his own people would be if there was literally a signed piece of paper that said, I, Stalin, wish to now implement a system that is going to eradicate millions of my own people because I am one evil SOB and no other reason. That's why I'm doing it. Me, Stalin, the genocider of the Russians. Apparently, that's the only way he's going to believe it. Fantastic.
That would be a good primary source document. And again, there are many examples of what a primary source is. I'm not saying it has to be a government document, but if you're trying to prove criminal culpability of a state where a state has committed a massive crime.
God, he really does look like he believes in the Soviet Union, doesn't he?
Does he actually have any real videos, or is it all response videos?
Crackspin has apparently decided to block me and is continuing to make videos about me. Someone sent me his most recent video, so let's check in to see.
Oh god!
I'm not going to spend hours.
Oh my god!
So
this dude make your own videos, man. Come on.
The U.S. being the only global superpower intervenes against socialist reform. If a country decides not to play ball and take its orders from Washington, then it is due economic and physical violence by the hands of the American government. And it's been like this for centuries. Some of these leaders may have identified as Marxists, some of them may have identified as socialists, but the point is that the national sovereignty of a people, of a country, what it decides to do with its land and its resources and how it chooses to integrate into the international community, how it chooses to implement its foreign policy, if that program is antithetical to American interests, then America will attack that country in various forms and ways. We are talking about the general populations of these indigenous.
Why do they hold America to a different standard? Like, he's describing what all nations in the history of the world have ever done. This is what nations do. But America does it, and it's the worst thing ever. And the things he's describing aren't even the things that I would disagree with, and I criticize what they've done to my beautiful country. They people like him actually have destroyed this. And the terrible neocon stuff of the endless wars and all that. He's not even talking about that. He's just talking about countries that actively want to work against the United States, and the United States responding in kind. He's acting as if this is something that, if you in the description, he's like, the world is run like the mafia, and America is the Godfather. So when America does the exact same thing that other countries do, responding to direct threats, we're a mafia boss.
In my last video, I challenged Praxben to cite primary sources to support his claim that the Soviet...
I have got to get out of whatever this wormhole is of him responding to this other guy. Give me some actual videos. God, it's all he does.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, God. Oh, my... Dude, come on.
Oh, no. What happened? We bundled up really bad subprime mortgage loans and then paid off credit rating agencies to rate them really well and then sold them to our customers knowing they would default just so we could make a lot of money by betting against them. Oh. And now the entire market has crashed. Oof, that does look bad. Yeah. Well, look, since you so recklessly gambled away a lot of poor people's money, we're going to give you this.
Dude, I will never understand this one. Rathbone here is arguing that the government bailing out banks is capitalism. So the government taking controlling interest in banks and then helping to disperse that bank is capitalism. And this is not, he's not the only person that I've seen say stuff like this on the internet, these leftists, where you go, hey, maybe we're finally on the same page here, where you see like the government stepping in for like Silicon Valley Bank and like these other banks that are collapsing, and seeing the federal government come in and in at least one instance taking control of the actual bank itself. In other cases, helping facilitate the loss, like helping to compensate the losses. And they say, well, hey, look at this. This is terrible. And I go, yes, you are 100% right. I agree with you. This is terrible. And they go, it's because of capitalism. What? No, this is the opposite of capitalism. What? This is even happening because of not following more of a capitalist free market mentality. This is happening because of government intervention. And now the government is bailing it out even more. What? Where's the capitalism part? I'm totally lost. What?
Really? But on one condition. What? For your role in this crime, you are going to have to reward all of your upper management with millions of dollars in bonus packages. Well, geez, if you think that it's best, that's final. So you're not going.
The absolute irony of this guy not understanding that he's describing what happened in the Soviet Union and what has happened in essentially every single communist, socialist, extreme leftist state ever. What? This fucking guy. This guy.
Gonna arrest us? What? That's a good one. Well, what is gonna be our punishment? We're going to scold you? And we're gonna write a report that is very critical. Well, could you do us one favor then? Yeah, sure. What is it? Can you arrest one of our former employees? He's a programmer and he took some source code from us, which if it gets in the wrong hands, it could disrupt the market. The wrong hands? You mean like your hands? I'm messing with you. Give me the shitbag's name. Sergey Alenikov. That's spelled S. If you like these videos and want to support the page, be a patron. All my links are in the link tree. Thanks for being here.
If you don't like his videos, make sure you like my stream. Send a super chat to activate the super chat jukebox. Hit up the PayPal. Help me continue buying my AR-15 to piss off more commies. Oh, it's dumb bastard.
Have a specific use value.
No more response videos, Rathbone. That's all he ever does. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
I made 75 mil this year. Cold, hard cash. Wow. And what do you do? High frequency trading at Goldman Sachs. And what does that entail? Liquidity. 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 And what is that? Think not gas, not solid, but liquid. And then add a little ditty at the end.
A fellow commie hater. Thank you, Catherine. You always end up hooking me up with a super chat. I really appreciate it. You're helping me buy some another box of 5.56 and complete the AR-15. Piss off a commie today. Donate to Swamp. All right, jukebox.
I hate to disappoint conservative Twitter, but I'm going to circle back on a number of things, as we often do directly. I'll circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you. Circle back. Circle back. That's an excellent question. Circle back. Circle back. I hate to disappoint you, but we will venture to circle back with all of you.
Now let's circle back to our friend Rathbone. And yeah, Vic, he is hilarious. Hilarious.
You have no idea, do you? No. I made 75 mil this year. Cold, hard cash. We are workers who want to own our work. We are owners who want to own their work. We are workers who want to be owned. We are workers.
Well, that was stupid. that was, and somehow the one that made the least sense was the libertarian one. But I mean, what a dumbass.
I made $3 million this month. Doing what? Liquidity. And what does that mean? I deliver liquidity.
Wait, he made more than one video. Man, he thought this was funny as hell. Liquidity. Capitalism.
Liquidity to the global markets. Deliver like pizza? No. Yes, like pizza. What does liquidity mean? I'm where the action is, bud. What do you do? I unnecessarily insert myself as the middleman in the stock market in order to inject dysfunction and volatility by front-running orders made by institutional and retail investors without their knowledge. Also, I can shave off a few pennies on each sale because I am privy to the market a few mere microseconds before everyone else using mysterious technology that even I don't understand. Oh, so you're a scalper. Basically.
Isn't it kind of, I mean, isn't it offensive to use the term scalper? Isn't that about the poor native people? It's like calling them savages, isn't it?
Why is driving down to your office on Wall Street and spending your day speculating against currencies in an effort to drive down growth rates considered valuable hard work, and yet raising a child isn't? Why?
I am a little bit confused on this guy's stances on a lot of things. I do know he's batshit crazy. Is he pro-life or is he pro-choice? Is he pro-abortion or is he against abortion? Who knows? But yeah, largely for the most part, I mean, a good majority of this, screw Wall Street, man. There was a time when we had a decent common ground amongst the regular people. Screw Wall Street. Then everyone just kept getting crazier. Where did we go wrong?
I really love when people defend Jeff Bezos in these comment sections just because I made a video about how he doesn't earn $170 billion. That'd be like him earning $500 million a day. And people say, well, that's his net worth. He doesn't make that in a year. He doesn't actually make $500 million a day. True. Sometimes he earns $7 billion in 1 hour like he did in 2015. Or sometimes his net worth rises $30.5 billion like it did in 2014 based on a room.
I do think it's extremely telling that all of these people, when they want to prove something, they all go to Wikipedia. I mean, Wikipedia is about as biased of a source as you can get. When people go on there and try to correct things, the people that the misinformation is actually about try to go correct it. The moderators on Wikipedia don't let them. So, sure, tell me more about your research.
Rumor. And the rumor wasn't even true. Or how about on October 10th, 2017, when he made an estimated $6.24 billion in 5 minutes, which is the annual GDP of Kyrgyzstan. On March 9th, 2018, Bezos earned $230,000 every 60 seconds. They say, you don't know how the stock market works. Actually, I do.
I love how in his attempt to prove that he knows what he's talking about, he proved that he doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, so you really don't get it, do you? His proof that he does know was to just be wrong 12 more times in the exact same way that he was wrong the first time. Doubling down is a strategy, I guess. You can do that.
If there ever was a mechanism by which the top earners of our society are robbed of their wealth and it's given to those who do not earn, it's the stock market. If there was ever any proof that the stock market isn't real, money is fake, and your worth is not tied to your hard work, it's Exhibit Bezos. If you like my videos and want to support this page, you are more than welcome to be a patron for just a couple bucks a month.
What do what do his patrons get? I mean, what is he offering? What service is he offering? Where's the link? Here we go. So we have the 3 tiers of Rathbone's Patreon. Yeah, he still says he makes music, but I did not see any of that on his... He makes anti-capitalist music. You know how you enjoy that music? By buying it. So he's got 3 tiers. So you have the unreleased content, $3 a month. Receive unreleased content including songs, music videos, agitprop. What is... I gotta be saying this wrong, right? Agitprop is an enterprise set up by the Soviet Communist Party in 1920. Oh, wow. Intended to control and promote... Okay. The ideology... conditioning of the ideological conditioning of the masses. That's a strange thing that you'd be... Okay. So you can get pro-communist propaganda. I didn't know that was what that was called. Apparently I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. Shocker, I know. Agitprop is a contraction of the Russian words. I'm not going to read. I'm not going to try to read a Russian word. So, okay, you got... If you pay him $3 a month, you can get unreleased content including songs, music videos, communist propaganda, and lyrics posted every week. Or you could do $5 a month, unreleased songs and demos. In addition to earning access to music videos and unreleased art, here's songs that I'm currently writing and haven't released, and also older songs never before released, also included. Wow. So that's the same thing as the other tier. And then here's the thing. If you pay $10 a month, you also get unreleased content. Okay, so it's the same thing over and over again. I want to hear some of dude's music. Come on. All right, I got it, you guys. You are not ready for this. And I'm not ready either because I don't know what we're about to hear, but unfortunately it's not going to be framed right. But here, we can listen to it. We can listen to Rathbone's music. You know he's going to copyright the stream.
Why are you shaking?
Sorry, I'm start at the beginning.
America, why are you shaking? Tell us, are you down for the count this time? It's the Anthropocene, a word in which I didn't even know existed. The clock strikes close to midnight. The bulletin of atomic scientists say you should be very worried, but you're not worried. Are you America?
Well, there you go. That's Rathbone and his music. It's pretty darn good.
The Russian Bolshevik Revolution of 1917 was so insanely scary.
Yeah, that's this guy's music. It's strange that he promotes that. Like, that's his username is Rathbone Makes Music. And all of his videos are just him ranting about communism.
To the United States because it was international and not national in character, aimed directly at the subversion of all governments. This was articulated by DeWitt C. Poole, who was the American counselor for the embassy in Russia, in a memo to then Secretary of State Robert Lansing. You may recall that America had a very different reaction to the Italian Revolution when Mussolini took over Italy in 1922. It was Richard Washburn-Child who regarded the fascist takeover in Italy as a fine young revolution. So why was there such a difference?
Okay, I'm done with this guy. Let's just go to the next vote. I can't. This fucking guy. All right, round 2, which is leading up to the final round. Who is the most annoying anti-capitalist propagandist? Frankly, socialist who was this awesome guy.
Hey liberals, why is your team always fucking everything up for everybody? California Senator Dianne Feinstein, who is 89 years old, has not voted in Congress since February. Yes, I totally agree with you, and I just want to clarify a few things from my last video because I've been getting a lot of comments on it.
Meth head. Or our friend Rathbone. Vote now.
This person is defending Jeff Bezos for context, and they're saying that if I'm going to critique this person, why don't I start by
And actually, you know what? While this vote goes, let's finish Rathbone's song. Which I think might sway the results. But let's see how we can do it. See how much we can get through.
1945, it was the year the nuclear bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Oh wait, but actually the history dates back to 1783. Washington's policy was to crush the native population settled west of Appalachian, Tennessee, and that's called genocide. Then we had slavery, heavy industry. Every year the temperature is high. I have read the internal record. Here we are in the 21st century. The greatest evil that we face are superhuman multinational conglomerates who have now globalized their investor rights, infesting parasites. They are a scourge on our humanity with private equity inside the sacristy with such alacrity and such austerity. America, what's the moral appeal of ending life?
Damn it, Rathbone. That is brilliant. Brilliant music, Rathbone. That is some quality communist propaganda. The guy really likes, he kind of looks like the guy from Motion City Soundtrack and sounds like, I don't know. What are all those bands that sound like that? It's not my kind of music, so I don't know. I know there's a bunch of bands that sound like that. I know I've heard them over the years, but I cannot remember what they're called. Yeah, I thought that playing that might sway the vote in favor of Rathbone, because damn. That sure is something. All right, guys, if you haven't, don't forget to like the stream. Like the stream. Otherwise, you're a commie lover. Of course, check out the merch, Be Army, Dangerous, Be Moral. Super Chat, activate the Super Chat jukebox, and PayPal, you know the bit. You know how it goes. Is that the only voters? We got everyone else who's just watching on the fly, not voting. This is how the communists win, you guys. You don't vote. All right. We'll call it. Rathbone wins. Round 2. That means, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the finals. Who is the most annoying anti-capitalist of TikTok? I gotta make sure I'm following. Okay, here we go. Is it Leah or is it Rathbone? The choice is yours, and we will watch a few more videos from each. But I think we got the two strongest contenders for sure. This is a well-earned place.
I'll drop the poll and then we'll keep watching. Worst anti-capitalist TikToker, Leah or Rathbone? Worst, annoying, however you want to see. Whatever floats your boat. So let's go back to Leah. The absolute intellectual powerhouse that was Leah.
We hear all the time, specifically in my comments, that we can't switch to communism or socialism because who's going to want to do the jobs that no one wants to do, i.e. the garbage man and stuff like that, which I laugh because I've already talked about it, but those people are not well compensated under capitalism anyway, so your point is moot. But
no one's ever asked that question. What? Wait, did she say what I think she said? Hang on.
we hear all the time, specifically in my comments, that we can't switch to communism or socialism because who's going to want to do the jobs that no one wants to do, i.e. the garbage man and stuff like that, which I laugh because I've already talked.
What? No one has ever said, well, we can't switch to socialism or communism because no one will want to do the hard jobs. What? I guess because in her world, socialism and communism means that everyone gets to be a artist and a poet and a flippity-doo because that's how I identify and that's just how the way the world works. No one's going to want to be a garbage man. Under communism, there are only two jobs. Do the manual labor or we kill you. Those are the two jobs, alive or dead. And more often than not, alive results in dead within 6 months. What is this chick talking about?
We hear all the time, specifically in my comments, that we can't switch to communism or socialism because who's going to want to do the jobs that no one wants to do, i.e. the garbage man and stuff like that, which I laugh because I've already talked about it, but those people are not well compensated under capitalism anyway, so your point is moot, but stick with me. Under capitalism, there is no incentive to be the garbage man. There is no incentive to be the worker, but there is an incentive.
Well, no, that is not right at all. The incentive to be the worker, I mean, is to be able to live your life and support your family. And what do you mean there's no incentive? What?
Incentive to be the capitalist, so that.
Does anyone else see the irony of the sweatshirt she's wearing? She has to be wearing that sweatshirt ironically, right? The cross with the doves.
That's how they justify it, is that the capitalist will make the garbage company, and then someone will have to be the garbage man because there's the garbage company. So ultimately, they are conceding the fact that having a garbage company is not really a personal interest of anyone anyway, because they're saying that the reason why the capitalist would want to do it is because of the profits, not because of the actual interest in being a garbage man. Because obviously the whole point of being the capitalist in this position is that you yourself won't have to do the work.
Oh my God, this has got to be one of the most nonsensical things I've ever heard. And you know what? We're only about a third of the way through this.
Of being the garbage man, you will get someone else to do it, but you will reap the profits of it. But then wouldn't it mean that the whole system is still based around the exploitation of forcing someone to be the garbage man? It explains how you get the garbage company, but it kind of glosses over the whole how are you going to get the garbage man part. Unless you think that for some reason someone wants to be a garbage man out of pure interest under capitalism, but they wouldn't want to do that under another system, which doesn't seem to be the case. Especially for a lot of these jobs, like I said, that aren't being well compensated under capitalism, so we're seeing the outflux of those people because no one wants to be treated like shit to do a job that is shit anyway. So the difference between what I'm proposing and what capitalism proposes is that under capitalism,
why is it the socialists and the people who claim to work to be working for the workers are the people who shit on the workers the most? She just said if you're a garbage man, you're shit. This job is shit anyway. What a bitch, a Rooney Dooney. Yeah, please tell me more about how plumbers and ditch diggers, they're basically the scum of the earth and should be shot. Even socialism doesn't think that these jobs are god awful because those are the only jobs that even exist under socialism. Random manual labor jobs. What is she talking about? And this amazing gray sweatshirt that she's wearing is just, it's throwing me for a loop. I mean, she can't be, I mean, this has to be something that she saw at a thrift store and thought, oh my gosh, this will be hilarious and ironic if I wear it.
Capitalism, it says, well, one person will have the incentive to start the garbage company because they will receive the benefits, right? The profits. What I'm proposing instead is, well, if eventually someone will have to be a garbage man, what if instead we got all the garbage men together and they created that business and then they democratically split the profits that is made from having a garbage company? So although, yes, they do still have to do the hard work of being the garbage man, at the end of the day, the garbage man sees the profits because it's being democratically split amongst them and their fellow coworkers.
You really don't know what the word democratic means, do you? And second of all, I would love, again, to see the proof anywhere from any of these countries that have tried this type of ridiculous leftist thing. Any of them. That the garbage man is just making bank and there is nobody above him. It's him. He's got it. It's his thing. He is just killing it out there every day. He's basically the Jeff Bezos of the Soviet Union. I mean, is that what she thinks? Really? Okay. I wish we could just send you to the Soviet Union. You'd love it.
Workers. So as long as someone is conceding the point that under capitalism what incentivizes people to do something is not pure interest, then what still incentivizes someone to do that will still transfer over to other systems. The only difference is that the benefit will now benefit all of the workers instead of just the person who had the resources to start the business and exploit someone else to actually do the tough work of being the garbage man that supposedly you and I both understand. No one really goes into that because of personal interest, although there are people who can. And those people should be able to and should be able to enjoy a good, decent life off of doing so, because it's a job that needs to be done. We hear all the time.
Man, that was some of the most nonsensical ramblings I've ever heard. That was another level of just crazy shit. And while like I said, while advocating for the workers, she shits on the workers the entire time. What? Man. Thank you for that, Leah. And oh, this has got to be good. From Rathbone. The competition, Leah versus Rathbone. He has a video entitled Socialism versus Fascism.
When capitalism breaks down catastrophically like it is now, and much like it did in the Great Depression, the victims of capitalism always seek alternative solutions. The political establishment is no longer viable or sustainable. This gives rise to two ideologies, socialism and fascism. Fascists favor capitalism. Fascists favor big business and private industry. They wish to preserve the political economy of capitalism, more than likely because it is an easier way for them to come to power.
What a dumbass. So first thing right off the bat, fascism. I mean, I assume that we're way past the point of talking about Italy and actual fascists. We're just using this term as whatever the hell we want it to be. But in Italy, fascism, according to Mussolini, and you know what it was the implementation of socialism by force. That was the whole fucking point of it. I mean, that's what he did. It was going to take too long to make a socialist nation, so you do it by force. That's what fascism in Italy. That's what fascism was. But then okay, let's go away from Italy. I would assume this guy's saying, you know, the Nazis were fascists, as everyone says. Again, what about getting rid of the bankers and taking control of a lot of this stuff by the state? What is capitalist about that? What are you talking about? What? Okay.
People only watch you for your mustache anyway. So just whatever.
They understand that in order for capitalism to work, it needs massive government aid and state intervention. So they entreat the captains of industry to support their government takeover by telling them that.
Wait, so the way to support private... Okay, I'm just going to let this guy go, at least for a little while, because it seems everything he's saying is kind of contradicting the thing he said beforehand. The fascists love capitalism and, essentially private business. And so the way that they enforce that is by using the state to take over the private businesses so they're no longer private. But they're the ones who are for big private business. No wonder his hair looks like this. His thoughts are bouncing around all over his head, creating all this static electricity, and his hair is just going crazy. What?
Socialism and fascism. Fascists favor capitalism. Fascists favor big business and private industry. They wish to preserve the political economy of capitalism, more than likely because it is an easier way for them to come to power. They understand that in order for capitalism to work, it needs massive government aid and state intervention. So they entreat the captains of industry to support their government takeover by telling them that their capital is not threatened. Capitalists might not like fascists, but they will certainly support them because they definitely don't like socialists. Socialists are the enemies of capitalists. Socialists want to redistribute their wealth. If there is to be a government, then socialists want that government to enact policies that benefit the working class, regular working class people, the general public, and not the richest 1% of the population. This means reappropriating land and resources. It means agrarian reform. Socialists have a harder hill to climb because we must overcome the current political economy rather than acquiesce to it. We are challenging state power and the corporate military industrial complex that hoards all of our money. Socialism at its core, fundamentally, principally speaking, means workers control production. That's it. If a government behaves in a way where it enacts policies that benefit the working class, the general public, then it is said to be socialist. But again, that is not the principle of socialism. That is just socialism in the context of nation states. When capitalism...
That is some gobbledygook that Marx himself would absolutely 100% be proud of. What on God's green earth? This guy. Holy crap.
Socialism...
Oh, sorry, shut up. Shut up. Okay, fine. I accidentally started playing this. Fine, we'll watch it.
Brother, I don't want a bunch of freeloaders living off of my... Socialism.
I get that leftists and socialists are different than liberals, but what planet does this guy live on if he thinks that American liberals don't like most of socialism? He's saying here that the liberals are going, what? Socialism? I don't want freeloaders living off my hard work. Are you fucking kidding me? That's literally what the liberals want. But, just keep maintaining your mustache. That's what's most important here. So I think we have a clear winner with Rathbone being the most annoying anti-capitalist of TikTok. And that's saying something. That really is saying something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this edition of TikTok Tuesday. Hope you've liked the stream. Hope you've donated to the PayPal. Hope you've bought the merch and joined the Discord. And I hope you'll enjoy
Goodbye, Serenade. Thanks for watching TikTok Tuesday. I gotta make it up as I go. Thanks for watching TikTok Tuesday. Yeah. Fuck the commies. Fuck those commies. I don't know, man. All right, I hope you had a good time. My name is Swamp, and I'll see you guys next time.